Top mistakes which everyone, including me, even the best traders do, and that's what I'm going to be answering in this video, plus my setup for the next week. If you are some sort of experienced trader, or you are some sort of break even, or a little bit profitable, or just starting to be profitable, or losing, this video might be for you. If you're already making 100k, 200k per trade, you might want to skip this video. Don't even bother about this, just skip it. So if you are a struggling trader or you're on the way to be profitable, watch this video till the end. I'm gonna explain the 3, maybe 4 mistakes which most trader makes. Okay, so number 1 is you don't take your profits, and that's what happened to me last week. I'm gonna show you right here on my chart. AUD CHF, you can see this will actually go all the way. Let me go back to 4 hour. I could take my profit 1, 2, 3 almost. Even that it was very early morning. Let me go on 1 hour here. Let's go here. So I wake up around this time. So I could take basically 1 to 2.5, something like that. Why I didn't take it? Because the greed, and you don't take your profits. I set up my take profit, or was planning to take profit all the way up here. But as you can see this chart, this massive momentum downside, what are the odds it's gonna get up? You know, it's not very high. It can just turn around right here and then bounce back. You can even see it's touched actually the 50-day EMA. You can see this blue line, that's a 50-day EMA. And it also, I believe it touched this daily wick. You can see it touched perfectly, and then we just bounced down. And it stopped me out, and I watched the whole trade basically going down. You can see. And I could take my profit, and I was thinking we bounce from here, which actually potentially could do to bounce from this support or this support. But you can see we just slashed through, didn't even care. We just went straight down, and then we turn around, of course. You know, we become bullish again on the 4 hour. We turn around, we had a beautiful bullish engulfing on the 4 hour. Retest this support, which was previously support, and we slashed it before. And then now, it looks like we're gonna continue up. So is the market makers, is the bank manipulation institution really go after us? No, that's just part of trading. It just happens. You have to become the good trader, but before that, you have to be the bad trader. So people first will take money from you before you can take money from those other people. It's a very competitive market, and I realized that it's not like any other business. It's a very different niche to normal traditional businesses. You are compete against each other. It's a player versus player. It's not like business where you can collaborate and create something bigger or better, or you know, whatever it might be. This is just player versus player. So you have to play and on your own, and this is what happens. You know, some people set up the stop losses below this support. Some people set up stop losses like me below this support, and it happens. But what I'm planning to is to actually enter this trade. Again, here you can see we've been going down all the way basically, and then we bounced here, came back even lower. So what happened now? So we've been bearish the whole time. We bounce here, still bearish, and then we bounce lower below these previous lows, and then we bounce above these previous highs. Now what that means is we become bullish on a 1 hour, and I believe this is 2 hour and a 4 hour as well. If you look at 4 hour, yes, this is now bullish. 2 hour is bullish. So what I'm waiting for is for some sort of pullback, because tomorrow is Monday, today is Sunday, so the market is still not open yet. So what I'm waiting for is exactly to just bounce from this and continue up. So I have my alarm set down here. I'm gonna actually set up another alarm right here, just in case we break above. But I won't go too fast into this trade, because you know, first day of the training on Monday, usually the volume is not very high. But I believe this is gonna go all the way to this resistance, and then we potentially bounce down. So I already made some money on this trade before. I believe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Here, and then yeah, now we are here. So I'm also in this trade for the next week, since last week. beautiful engulfing candlestick on a weekly. Now we coming back. So what I think is gonna happen is just gonna have a little pullback here into this area and then bounce and continue up. So if you look at the daily, you can see the daily setting up nicely. You can see high, high low, high, high low, and then now potentially setting up for high, high. So if I go on a 4 hour, you can see the went into a little bit my profit. So that was 1 to 1.5. So that's not my take profit. Minimum is here 1 to 2.5 because that's a previous high. So that's become resistance right now. So we'll see how that goes. I believe we might have a little pullback still into this area before we continue up. So I'm gonna hop straight into my setups for the next week. Euro NZD, what I'm waiting for is, okay, load. You can see the daily is bullish and looks like we're bouncing from this support, which is not very strong, but I accept it. We'll see if I get my confirmation, my entry signal. Let's go on a 1 hour, so actually no, sorry, 30 minutes. So what I'm waiting for is to do something like this, boom, boom, and then I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna also need engulfing 1 hour or 2 hour. So candlestick, so I need something, I need to engulf this candle above, pull back, and I'm gonna enter. Euro JPY, similar to CAD JPY, to be honest. All I'm waiting for now is to break above these highs. I think this was 1 hour. To break above these highs, and I'm gonna buy. NZD JPY, if I go on 4 hour, what I'm waiting for is to come back to this area, bounce, and I'm gonna buy. USD CAD, this is very, very clean trade. I like this a lot. If I go on a weekly, we are still bearish, but this is a very, very strong support. You can see it bounced. Let's go here. There was a resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance, resistance, support. And now we broke a little bit below the support, but what I'm really thinking is if I go on a daily, we bounced from the weekly support. You can see now on the daily we shifted bullish. If I go down low, closer to it, this is how you recognize, by the way, the bullish or bearish market. You can see we've been trading downwards, right? So low, 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 high, low, 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 high, da, 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 and then now we broke above these previous highs, these previous highs, these previous highs, and not yet this one. So these two we broke above. What does it indicate? Indicates that the sellers has no longer power and the buyers have the power. As simple as that. So what I'm waiting for is now, I don't want to buy right here because my stop loss will have to be like down here or something. So that's like ridiculous. How much is that pips? It's like 166 pips. I don't want to do that. I want to wait. If I go on a 4 hour, I want to wait for this. Let me go back. I want to wait for this pullback into the daily zone and then buy. And my take profit, so if I go here, stop loss will be something, depends where it goes, but probably something like this, a little bit bigger. And my take profit, if I go on a daily, my take profit will be into this area. Why? Because this is a resistance. Actually, let me put this a little bit lower like this. Yeah, much better like this. And I will take my profit as well, which will also synchronize with these 50-day moving averages. So again, pull back into the daily support again and weekly, bounce to this resistance and sell target profits or close that trade. So it will be 1, 2, 3, probably 1 to 4. Euro USD, because it's also very strongly correlated. If USD CAD or USD CHF, whatever might be, USD going up, usually the Euro USD, GBP USD going down. It's so correlated, it's going opposite ways. So on Euro USD, what I'm waiting for, you can see it's already kind of touched the resistance here on a 4 hour, but what I want is to touch a little bit deeper, you know, like you want to go a little bit deeper into the zone, and I'm gonna sell to this area, potentially even lower down here, but then we'll see how we go, which will actually perfectly correlate with USD CAD. NZD USD, same thing as Euro USD. These pairs pretty much going the same way or same direction, very similarly. And NZD USD is already in the zone, so I actually like this even better. So what I'm waiting for is some sort of confirmation. I want the 30 minutes to break below these lows, retest, engulfing, and I'm gonna sell. AUD CAD, not too sure about AUD CAD yet, but you know, this is obviously, what would you do? You will obviously sell. You can see it was a strong engulfing, huge momentum downwards. So we're just coming back to retesting to this resistance area. So we should probably, potentially bounce from here and continue down. Is this gonna happen? Nobody knows. But what I'm thinking is to come to this area, so either come deeper into the zone on a daily and weekly, bounce from here, or we break below this previous lows, or like higher low, broke below, retest, and I'm gonna sell. So two options. We will see how that goes. Euro GBP, very clean trade. I like this one a lot. If I go on weekly, I'll show you why exactly. This was support here, then we broke the support, broke it again, whatever. Now become resistance again, resistance again, resistance again. We broke the resistance, had a strong weekly engulfing candlesticks, and now we're coming all the way to this support zone on the weekly. So I think this is a very strong support area where you want to definitely buy. And on the daily, what I'm waiting for is, you know, this is still bullish. I take this as a bullish. So what I'm waiting for is the 4 hour to turn bullish. So something like this. The price will come above these previous highs, come back, retest, and I'm gonna buy as that. So I'm gonna put this actually here, and then we'll see how that goes next week. AUD JPY, very similar to CAD JPY, Euro JPY, NZ JPY, pretty much the same, except I don't like this as much as those pairs, because on the AUD JPY we can see on the daily we are still bearish, and I believe on the weekly we are bearish as well. Yeah, so this is very strong resistance, you can see. But from last week, what I saw is, you can see I tried to short it here, but I closed it early. The momentum, the bullish momentum, is just way too strong. So I think we're just gonna slash through. But I'll let this as in my background, and we'll see how that goes. I have other pairs selected, or not selected here, but you can see not interested for the next week. I just don't like them. Nothing of those. So I just leave them like this. Close this. I'm gonna be waiting. I'm gonna be waiting for this JPY first, because I'm risking 1% of my account. I'm currently still in the step 100K, down 6%, but it's okay. I still believe I can get it back up to 100K and then make it the 8% of profit.